Good morning. My name's Clinton Gray and I'm here at Huachuca City Community Garden, and I want to demonstrate and explain a little bit this morning about how to go about pruning various types of tomatoes. And so this is a bed that we have planted several weeks ago here. This particular bed is mostly small type tomatoes and early tomatoes. And what I wanted to show is that how these tomatoes vine, and they're putting off what I would call suckers, which are really branches. And they do that, especially these cherry type tomatoes. You can see it's a cherry because there's so many. Oh, one came off, but you can see that it's a cherry tomato because of so many in the cluster like that. But all of these branches that come off of here will make it where this plant just gets out of hand and we can't really deal with it. Normally what I like to do is on a cherry tomato I like to leave about 3 branches, which will then develop these fruit clusters along the branch. But all of these, what I would consider suckers, need to be pruned off in order for the plant to remain healthy. And you can see here, this is the leaf right down here of the plant, and then in the what I would call crotch of it is where it puts off a branch, and these just need to be pruned off. And usually when they're this big I would just snip them off with pruners, but you really want to do this as they're growing when they're small, like this right here, where you can just pinch that off and you leave this leaf, but you want to take these branches off. And so this one you can see is much bigger and it's already starting to bloom. And so in my 3 branches that I want on the plant, I would leave this one, but then see how this one is also, it's got a what I would call a sucker right there. I just pinch it off while it's small. There's another sucker down here at the bottom I would pinch off. And so this would be one of my branches. This is the main stem that goes clear up here. You can see all of it's blooming. And then this one I would leave as my 3rd. And so all of these other branches is what I would pinch off, or if I had my pruners, actually I have a pocket knife here, and I can just cut these off, and then I would put it into a good sized tomato cage. And usually the ones that you get from the store that are just the small kind of cone shaped ones are not nearly big enough, because these will already outgrow it before you even start really getting fruit. And so what we're going to do later is we're going to build some bigger tomato cages out of reinforced concrete reinforcing wire, and we're going to put it in that cage so that then we can contain this plant. These will be the 3 leaders that will keep going, and they'll produce fruit, and we'll just keep poking it back inside of that cage. And we'll also keep pruning off all of these little suckers, all of these that are in the crotch of these various leaves. Will just keep coming off so that we just have these 3. And when we do that, the plant is able to put more of its energy into producing fruit instead of all of the vegetative growth. But what we'll have is about every 3rd leaf node, you'll have a bloom, a cluster of blooms like this. And this being a cherry tomato, all of these will form little tomatoes on it. And it'll just keep going on up. You can see right here at the tip, this has a brand new one that's right there at the tip. So about every 3rd leaf node, it will bloom and start producing fruit. And by doing that, you will have your plant where it puts its energies into producing fruit and not just a big green bushy vine that is unmanageable.